it is. Yes.
Richard Spade. So, behind the scenes, Rob Benedict is, well, in front of the scenes.
Certainly the funnier of the two.
He's the funnier of the two.
But he's a quiet one.
Yeah, he's sort of in a big group, he'll kind of make a joke, and 2 or 3 people will hear it and laugh hysterically. And then 4 seconds later, Spade will make the joke very loud. And the room is like, oh, Richard.
And Rob's in the he's like, I just made that joke. So we've literally called it when you steal somebody's joke.
It's called the Spade.
Called the Spade.
I love it. Thank you all so much. Welcome to the crazy cool Spnphx family. I see a lot of happy faces. Thank you. I'll face away. Double away. We kind of just backstage there. We're sort of in season 12 mode now. So we're it was a fun way to start season 12 for Jared and Jensen to come out. And I guess we brought the cool because I guess it's going to be 180 degrees next week. So full disclosure.
I think they actually record these in Kelvin.
In sun metrics. So Jensen has been trying for 11 plus years now to teach me how to golf.
Woo!
Very much working hard.
I think when we met, he was like, you know what? As your elder, I'm gonna teach you about wine and golf. He had no trouble about the wine.
Right.
But I now learned from him. But golf, I have been digging my heels in. And so I decided, genius that I am, to learn to golf in Phoenix.
In June.
At one point, it's like, I mean, we could be, winter in Antarctica, and go, and he'd be like, why is it so negative 72?
So,
What?
girl, you hot. With a beard, no less.
At one point, I looked over. We were playing yesterday. At one point, I looked over, and it was like there was.
Explain why.
Well, I will, but it was like he was just like bleeding milk. There was just white beads of just streaming down his neck. I'm like. Hey, Cliff just once was like, check out his neck.
So meanwhile, I'm watching the other golf player, and Jensen and Cliff are like,
just I guess, sprayed sunscreen. And the sunscreen didn't even get time to set.
to get to my neck,
It just washed off with sweat.
Then there's a time, so we're playing, and it was Jensen, Cliff, myself. We tweeted a picture this thing, and then I guess for those of you non-golfers like me, if you have less than 4 people, what's that?
Where we were playing?
True. Oh, Biltmore? Woo!
Yeah. It was pretty, but we played with the 4th player. And so Jensen on the back 9, the second half of the course, was like, all right, let's play.
You know the lingo now. The back 9.
Let's play, I forgot the lingo. Let's play match play. Let's do match play. Cart versus cart. And so Cliffy's with me, and he's like, really? You give me paddle like you, and you want to play like that?
Well, the guy, the seagull that we picked up, he's ex-Marine and was playing. I think he was almost like scratched off in the first 8
That means
holes.
really good.
So I'm like, hey, how about cart versus cart? Cliff's like, come on, you gotta give us something you gotta give him some strokes. I'm like, well, that's a different conversation. Listen, let's keep it about golf.
excited to play match play against each other. And so we drive to the next hole, and Jensen has a hat or a visor on, and I look over, and he's like this. He's got like white stuff all over his face. He kind of looks crazy, and I was like, what's wrong with you? He's like, war paint. It was like Benzene sunscreen. Oh, God. I looked over, I was like, no. It's like the episode Game On. War paint. I was like, nervous. I got all nervous. So, it's good to be here.
And I know you got like 80-year-old dying for number one, right? Well, yeah, obviously, I wouldn't have brought it up. I will. But I will say it came down to the final putt on the 18th hole. And it was, I had to sink my putt. Cliff had already putted out. The guy that we were running out behind had already putted
Dead
out.
time.
And Jared and I were both lying basically equal. And you had probably maybe a 5-foot putt.
Oh, shut up.
And I had about a 15-foot putt. And I'm like, I have to sink
Yeah,
this.
it's downhill. So
No, it was like curve. It was like, and it was a canyon.
It was like the gutter. It was like a toilet bowl.
And I hadn't sucked a good putt all day. And I'm like, I need this. I have to sink this to win. Suck it. It just walked. Just mind you, this was after a few holes back when I was in the sand trap right next to the green, and all I had to do was chip it up maybe about 15 feet onto the green. Instead, I decided to blade it out of the trap, over the green, over the grass, into the parking lot, and into some guy's car. Who was in the car driving it away.
He stopped. Don't worry.
He's like, he stopped. He's like, what the? And I just go, quick, somebody throw me a ball. Throw me a ball. And then like 3 balls, you know. Too many. I don't know, man. Somebody else.
I saw the guy because I heard someone yell, "Thanks a lot." Word of choice. And I was like, and he stopped. And I was like, interesting. So I was like, is it going down for real? Like,
All rage.
It wouldn't be the first time.
but I was like, God bless him. Like, obviously it was an accident, but God bless the guy for like getting out and telling us to stick it. And then I looked around. It's me. It's Jensen. It's Cliffy. It's an ex-Marine. And I'm like, is he gonna come over and do something? Good on him. Like, that's not bad. It's been too long. He just drove away. He yelled a few times when he drove away. All right, enough about golf. Did anybody want to? Yes, I see your hand shooting up.
Okay, so we've heard how Jensen and Misha met, and then how you guys talked about it. But how did Jared and Misha meet, and what did you think of him?
I met, after Jensen and Misha met, I was like, we knew that, so in our lives in Supernatural, it was kind of funny, because season 1, it was Jensen and Jared, and that was it. Like, every now and again, somebody would come by for the second time. You know, there was kind of Jeffrey and Dean, but we were like, he's doing this, he's doing that, and so it was literally just me and Jensen and me. And then in season 2, again, they kind of brought some hunters on, you know, they brought Joe and Ash, and so you're like, okay, we're kind of seeing people, but still it's like the Jensen and Jared show. Season 3, they bring on Ruby and Bella, and so they do a few episodes, and it's fun, but again, it's like 22 episodes of Jensen and Jared. Season 4, we hear, you know what, it's not just guest stars, we're signing somebody to a year-long contract, and they're going to be a part of the show. And it was like, friends! And so Jensen shoots with him, and I'm like, hey, so what's the deal with this? Masha? Like, what? Hey, what kind of name is that?
It's not even his name. Like, really? he could pick a new name, and that's what he picked.
You do anything, you do Misha? That's very suspicious. And so, I was talking to Jensen, and I was like, so what's the name of the new guy? Like, what's his story? Where's he from? Is he like from Russia? Or like, what is it Greek? Like, I don't know what Misha is. Is it a food item? Like, and so Jensen's like, yeah, man. And we're walking from like stage 3 to, so the way our studios are is our trailers are over there. It's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and behind that stage 4, which is like a wardrobe walkout. And so we're walking from stage 3, which is maybe a 120-foot walk back to our trailers. And Misha was there that day because he was shooting later. He was doing a wardrobe video or something. Not that he needed the wardrobe in the first 8 years. He was there for some reason. And so we're walking and talking. We just rehearsed. We're like going back to get our wardrobe on or something. And I'm like, so what's the deal with this guy? And Jensen's like, yeah, he's interesting, man. Like Jensen was still like, I don't know if I got to read on him. Like I think he's maybe method, and he's sitting right there, act normal. I'm like, oh god. We start walking like, hey, and Misha, maybe something was going on, but he was like, it was like Rosemary's Baby, or he was just sitting there like, eyeballing us. And I don't know if he was like getting in a character or something, but there was no acting going on. It was outside of the stages. He was just like sitting in the back of like a grip truck, which you don't do. Yeah, because the grips will beat you up, especially Misha. Just like sitting there, like looking at us like. And I was like, I'm creeped out, man. Like, I'm gonna walk around next time. You were like, that's creepy. I'm like, I know. Something awful about the guy. I think you'd have to ask Misha, but I think he was a more like method style actor before we broke him. Then he is broken. Now he's just broken, full break. So yeah.
There's also it's interesting too when you get and I know I've been guilty of this. I'm sure you have too, but when you're a guest on a already established set, there are kind of some psychological defense mechanisms of you just kind of throw walls up because
Misha's defense mechanism is acting like a freaking weirdo.
Yes. It is because you don't know
life in general.
You want to kind of keep yourself. A lot of people think a lot of guest stars will come and bring books just when the rehearsal's done or when the scene's done. And in between set up something, they'll just go back to the chair and they'll read the book and just kind of keep it themselves and stuff.
Not Mark Shepard, by the way. He just talks to everybody and doesn't shut up.
He's too comfortable.
He talks more off camera than he does on camera. So, yes! Wow. Wow.
What do you do when you sit at your mom?
Right? Yeah. I don't know.
Wow, Mom. I want Mo. Basically any Wong.
Or if I punched you.
Ow! What's in your coffee? What's in my coffee?
This is why Misha was just staring at us. Probably thinking the same thing we were. These guys are weird.
Yeah, but there's usually kind of a protocol. Like if you're a guest star on somebody's show, it's your job basically to follow their lead. Misha wasn't so much interested in that, which is fine. He blazed his own path, as it were. Yeah, and I think we're all better for it. I was wrong with this.
Yeah, gosh. I think we have time for one more question now.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just wondering if you guys could have any character that's been killed off the show, back on the show, not actor, character, who it would be, and can't be rude.
It's funny because I would pick her just so like keep him in line. I wouldn't have to. That's your question, and there's probably
one of the answers,
very long list.
Yeah, one of the answers we got to experience this year with Chuck. With El Reno, obviously. So Chuck was great. It was cool. It's difficult for me to separate like who I want back just because I like him so much, and who I want back because I really like what their character did. But I did really love the season 4 and 5 Motley Crew. You know, with Spate and even 6 was it with Mitch. I thought they were cool for the show. I thought they opened up, especially the Archangel Gabriel. Like he kind of opened up all possibilities, especially the trickster number. And he was able to do a lot of crazy things, and it brought out some of the kookiness of Supernatural, which I really liked. So I guess I'd have to go with Spade, but I wouldn't say that he was here.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a big wish list of people, and sometimes that list gets ticked off. Like this year, we got a couple back that we always love to have around. You know, Charlie would be one. Kane, Tamara. And you know, it's for selfish reasons because I love Felicia and I love Tim, and they're just really great people to work with. But also what their characters did for Dean and for Sam. And if I'm thinking more on that aspect, then I would have to say John would be probably my top choice. And that serves as kind of two birds with one stone there, because I love Jeff and we. We love Jeff, and we still talk to him quite often. He's a great friend, but more than that, he would bring such an interesting dynamic, I think, to the story that we're telling right now, because especially from my character standpoint, who really idolized his father and is kind of slowly becoming what his father was, and I think that would open up a lot of interesting storylines. So
yeah, me too. I love that. One of the things this is how I justify it, at least. One of the themes of Supernatural that I kind of love is how two fallible, flawed humans deal with the world when the world doesn't work out how they wish, And so obviously, Sam didn't want John. Obviously, even Sam, who had his troubles with his father, would love for his father to be around, to have some guidance. It's like, that was really cool about the Chuck dynamic this year, it's like, are we treating him like a father? Like, because he's got, but it's kind of neat to see Sam and Dean when they don't get to ask their dad what the answer is, because you see two humans who are just really doing the best they can under really crummy circumstances. So, yeah, I love having that. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go way over there to that hand, way over there with the red thing. Orange thing. Yeah, that's it.
the only one so
Hi.
Hi.
So, if you two were hunters, what would your favorite monster to kill would be?
Probably something with a head chop off. I'll say this, not the Wendigo, because he's taller than I am. Sam don't like that. Either that or maybe the Ruby Demon. Seems like we use it for you. That's fun. I'd like the concert, guys.
I think like the Amazon chicks. I mean, it would get missing later, but now come on. When you have to
Continue anyways.
Can I have another coffee? Bad ideas. What's up?
By the way, I love you.
Okay.
Love you.
And my question's going to be for Jared.
I love you too. I totally missed that.
I can't ask Jensen my question because I'm married and so is he. So I can't ask him the question I have for him.
So is Jared.
Say it again.
I said I've been in love with him for 20 years.
Oh, God. I don't know why these people have such stupid
He's
things.
old, huh?
But my question for you, Jared, is what's the difference between, since you just recently went back to Gilmore Girls, what's the difference between the dynamic on set with Supernatural versus the Gilmore Girls?
That's true.
It's very different. And for me, it's also super different because it's different being number one or two on the call sheet than being the Misha. You know what I mean?
That's wrong.
I mean, it's different because I get to go, and Gilmore Girls is so funny, so it felt like, at least when I was working, it felt like a high school reunion, you know what I mean? It was like, oh my God, how have you been? You know, you knew me when I was 17 years old, and Gilmore Girls for me, it was a really fun, but funny. It was the same when I dropped the names like they're hot. It's the same when I went with Peter O'Toole. Like, it was so weird for me because did I drop the name? But it became like, it was more about the experience than it was about, God, my analysis of it or something. It was just neat, because I mean, I did Gilmore Girls when I was 17 years old. I was still, even when I got Gilmore Girls, I was going to be getting back in my car a month later and going back to Austin to start school until they offered me another 4 episodes. So it was a funny, like, to look around and go like, hey, because everybody's coming up to me and being like, oh my God, congratulations. 11 years, going on 12, like, what in the world? And I was like, hey, you gave me my first job. Like, and I've watched some of the Gilmore Girls, not that I'm De Niro right now, but I was not good. I'm not saying I'm winning an Oscar tomorrow, but 15 years ago, I watched them like, what's wrong with that? So they were really patient with me, and they were really loving and giving. I was just really grateful. Whereas with Supernatural, I totally am ungrateful. Sorry. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go right there with the red thing. Yo, I'm red thing. No wonder she was looking around. Oh, with the red thing, she was like, yeah.
What? It's okay. I'm loud. It's okay. What has been your favorite prank to pull on set?
God.
I got this. It hasn't happened yet, but it's in the works. And it was agreed, and it was thought, it was
Conceptual
all
was last night.
conceptualized last night behind the curtain.
Oh, boy.
So stories to come.
Beyond that, I think one of my favorites, just in hindsight, because I've seen the video and it looks brutal, was behind the face of the gym. Super
No,
fun.
it didn't look brutal. It was. You almost broke the guy's nose.
So scared for the entire time. He wore a diaper. Just
He still does.
Nice.
All right. That's about with the braids.
2 days ago. Yeah, it's a hot mess.
Okay, so if you guys could change anything about your characters, what would you do?
Heritage?
No.
Change.
All right, but he was thinking hair. I just said heritage. I was like, Polish people have big foreheads. A, know your heritage. B, what would you change? Changing our characters. God, you know what? I think because it's been so long, there were many things in the. It's really funny how my life kind of, without the intensity of the drama, how my life as Jared really kind of mirrored my existence as Sam. And I've said this before. I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever heard, but like when I was doing Gilmore Girls, I was living in LA, like in an apartment, and saving up money, and I finally got to the place where I could afford to like buy a little house out of the city, and I got dogs, and my agent makes fun of me because I was like, I finally get to have a magazine subscription. I mean, I'm like a cancer baby, like I just want my shell. Like even in Austin, I just want to sit in my home with my family and my friends and kind of like not go out. So I think I finally got to the place where I felt comfortable. I was 21 or 22, and then I was like, you know what? This TV show's amazing. I hope I get it because I have my magazine subscription. It's, you know, a 2-mile drive from my house to go film. And so we get this TV show, and it's amazing. And then they send it to Vancouver. And Vancouver's beautiful. For those who haven't been, it's an amazing city. Yeah, but Jared felt like Sam. And like, but I didn't, this isn't how I wanted to go. Like, I'm away from all my friends now, my dogs, and like I'm living in a hotel, and it's weird and awkward. And there were things I wanted to change, and Sam kind of evolved and grew, and Jared, I hope, kind of evolved and grew. And so there's been a lot of parts of Sam that I've been upset with, but there have been a lot of parts of Jared that I've been upset with. And in hindsight, and not like I hope I'm still got many years to go, but looking back on my last 11 years, even the parts of my life that I'm not so proud of or happy about, I see where they serve a purpose. I see how I maybe with some understanding and some patience from family and friends grew from them and grew out of them. And I think Sam did too. You know, there were parts where he didn't go after his brother. There were parts where I was like, Sam, like, what are you doing here? But y'all stuck with him, and my friends and family stuck with me. And so I think I dig Sam. I think I'll keep him how he is. All of his flaws. I was just using the grenade launcher more. Been there since day one, sitting in the back of the trunk, never been used. I know there's ammo. Seen it. This series it would help us a lot if we just didn't need to go into the house full of vampires. If we just. All right, Parker. I want this line. This has to be the last line of Supernatural. The salt grenade! They're pointing us off, guys.
Hey, listen, guys. Before we walk off, I just want to say, keep Orlando in your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you guys later.